Optibac is a family-run company. It feels very much like a family business. It always has done right from the beginning, really. We sell probiotics. We specialise in probiotics. That's all we do, basically. We have more clinical trials than virtually any other probiotic company in the UK. When I originally started on the road, I approached independent health food stores as well as independent pharmacies. Paul and his wife in Health Matters were one of my first customers, and Paul always impressed me with the amount of knowledge he had. It was absolutely incredible. One of my sons, Stephen, who had already been a Royal Marine Commander for 3 years or so, had been in, I think it was Belize, and training out there, and unfortunately had a growth on the side of his face, just from the jawline, and wasn't getting any better. He obviously went to his commanding officer and spoke to doctors, but none of them could help. So it gradually got worse. So then he went to see our own doctor back in Andover. Again, he didn't have any suggestions either. At that point, he was obviously quite distressed, upset, because he was planning to get married, and obviously he wanted to look good on the day, which was about a year away. He asked me to talk to some of his customers on the subject of probiotics, bacteria. So I was more than willing to do this, and so I went along one day. At the end of the presentation, by pure coincidence, it was such fortunate luck, one of my sons, Stephen, phoned me up to ask me whether I had any suggestions. So I said, well, would you like to speak with him, and he might be able to help you. And so Paul and my young man Stephen spoke for at least 20 minutes. Paul extracted as much information as he could from the telephone conversation. Afterwards, he then went off to the back of his shop and put together loads and loads of concoctions. By everyone's amazement, within 4 days, it literally had dropped off. It had literally dissolved this growth. He was left with no scar, so we were more than impressed with Paul's efforts, basically. I found him a very charismatic, easy person to get on with. Like most people of his calibre and his knowledge, he doesn't boast about it. He's very humble. His knowledge is amazing, and believe me, in my trade, in my job, I get to meet kinesiologists, CAM practitioners, nutritionists, herbalists from all over the world, and I've met some very, very astute and very clever people. But I would put Paul definitely up in the top 3 best herbalists that I know in the world. His knowledge is exceptional, quite frankly.